Most people wake up every morning feeling like they are at war. A war with their bank account, a war with their relationships, a war with their own health. They believe life is a battle to be fought. But what if I told you that every great teacher who ever walked this earth knew a secret? What if the woman who changed the lives of thousands in the 1920s, Florence Scovel Shinn, was right? She said, "Life is not a battle, it is a game. But it is a game that you cannot play successfully without a direct knowledge of spiritual law. Imagine your life is a vast, invisible canvas. Every word you speak is a brushstroke. Every thought you think is a color. Most of us are painting masterpieces of disaster without even realizing it. We say, 'I'm broke,' and the universe says, 'Your wish is my command.' We say, 'I always have bad luck,' and the universe prepares another storm. I end this channel, the spoken word. We are going back to the source. We are diving deep into the timeless wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn to rediscover the square of life: health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. We aren't just reading books. We are rewriting your reality. Florence teaches us that the world is a giant mirror. What you throw out in thought and word returns to you with unerring accuracy. It is the law of the boomerang. Your words don't just vanish into the air. They travel, gather energy, and return to your life as a physical reality. Play the game. You must understand your equipment. You have the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious. Most of us are living only in the conscious, struggling with logic, while the subconscious, the engine room, is running old programs of failure. The subconscious as the faithful servant. Think of your subconscious as a powerhouse without a steering wheel. Has no sense of humor. It does not know a joke from a decree. If you jokingly say, "I'm starving," it begins to create the conditions of lack. It is a faithful servant that obeys every command you give it. The superconscious, the realm of perfect ideas. Then there is the superconscious. Florence calls this the divine design. It is the place where the perfect version of your life already exists. There is a perfect place for you, a perfect work, and a perfect love. Your job isn't to create it. It's to release the mental blocks that keep it from appearing. The curse of the battle mentality. Why do so many fail? Because they fight their problems. When you fight a situation, you give it your energy. You make it real. Florence's most radical teaching is non-resistance. What you resist persists. What you bless transforms. The magic of non-resistance. She tells the story of a man who was being cheated in business. Instead of suing or getting angry, he blessed the man and affirmed, "I wish him well and I am at peace." Within days, the situation resolved itself in a way no lawyer could have achieved. He won the game by refusing to fight. The imaging faculty. The mind has a camera. The imaging faculty. Whatever you see clearly in your mind's eye, the subconscious eventually reproduces in your world. If you visualize debt, you get debt. If you visualize the perfect harvest, the seeds of success begin to sprout. Preparation for the miracle. One of the most viral concepts in Shinn's work is preparing for your blessing. You cannot ask for rain and not carry an umbrella. If you are asking for wealth but acting like a pauper, you are sending a double signal. You must act as if you have already received. The woman and the shoes. Florence speaks of a woman who wanted a high-paying job. She didn't just pray. She went out and bought the expensive shoes she would wear to that job. She acted as if. She showed the universe she had the faith to prepare. The job appeared a week later. Casting the burden, when the weight of the world feels too heavy. Shinn teaches the art of casting the burden. You say, I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free. You hand the problem over to a higher intelligence, trusting that the solution is already on its way. The power of indifference. There is a strange magic in not caring too much. When you are desperate, you radiate lack. When you are indifferent, knowing your good is coming, the universe rushes to meet you. Indifference is the ultimate position of power in the game of life. Following the hunch. Guidance often comes as a hunch, a sudden, seemingly random urge to go somewhere or call someone. These are the divine moves in the game. To ignore a hunch is to ignore the map to your own treasure. The wall of Jericho. We all have walls of Jericho. Problems that seem insurmountable. But just as the walls fell with a shout, your problems fall when you change your vibration. Your shout is your affirmation of victory in the face of apparent defeat. The false evidence of the senses. Your eyes might see an empty bank account. Your ears might hear bad news. Florence tells us, ignore them. The senses are liars. Reality is not what you see. Reality is what you know to be true in the spiritual realm. The debt of love. You can never get what you don't give. If you want love, give love. If you want appreciation, give it first. The game is perfectly balanced. You cannot cheat the law of equivalent exchange. Fear, the only enemy. There is only one thing that can stop a manifestation. Fear. Fear is just inverted faith. It is faith that something bad will happen. To win the game, you must look fear in the face and say, you have no power over me. The divine design of your life. You were not sent here to suffer. You were sent here to express the glory of the infinite. There is a specific path that only you can walk. The spoken word is the key that unlocks the gate to that path. The importance of the present moment. Many people live in someday land, but the subconscious only knows now. If you say, I will be rich, wealth will always be in the future. You must say, I am rich. The present moment is the only place where the game is won. Words as seeds. Every sentence you utter is a seed planted in the garden of your life. Are you planting weeds of complaint or flowers of prosperity? Remember, the harvest is inevitable. Choose your seeds with the wisdom of a master gardener. The law of substitution. You cannot simply stop a negative thought. You must replace it. When a thought of fear enters the mind, you must immediately substitute it with a statement of faith. You don't leave the house of your mind empty. You fill it with a new guest. Denials and affirmations. Florence speaks of plowing the mind. Denials sweep away the old debris, the I am nots, while affirmations plant the new seeds. It is a dual process of clearing the ground and sowing the light. The divine hurry. Many ask, how long will it take? The answer is, as long as it takes you to believe. The universe is in a divine hurry to give you your heart's desire, but it cannot move through a door blocked by doubt. Making the first move in this game. The infinite never moves first. You move and the universe responds. You take one step toward your dream, and the divine takes 10 toward you. That first step is always your spoken word. The mystery of intuition. Intuition means to be taught from within. It is the still, small voice that gives you the winning move in the game. It may tell you to buy a book, to walk down a different street, or to call an old friend. These are the threads of your destiny. The lion in the path. There is always a lion in the path. A big obstacle that appears just before a breakthrough. Most people turn back. But the master knows the lion is a phantom. Walk toward it, and it disappears. Financial freedom as a birthright. Shinn was revolutionary in her view of money. She taught that poverty is a disease of the mind. To be spiritual is not to be poor. It is to demonstrate the abundance of the Father's house. The spirit of gratitude. Gratitude is the highest frequency. When you thank the universe for a blessing before it arrives, you are utilizing the most powerful law of physics in the spiritual realm. You are claiming your victory in advance. Watching your reactions. The game is not won by what happens to you, but by how you react to what happens. If you react with anger, you remain on that level. If you react with poise, you rise above the situation and command it. The power of forgiveness. Resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. It blocks your own channel of supply. Florence taught that to forgive is to release yourself from the prison of the past. The perfect self-expression. You are not here to copy anyone else. You have a unique talent, a perfect self-expression, that the world needs. When you find it, the game becomes effortless. Breaking the hard work myth. We have been programmed to believe life must be a struggle. Shinn challenges this. She says when you are in the flow of the divine, your work is play, and your success is a divine gift, not a labor of sorrow. The language of the soul. The soul speaks in symbols and feelings. When you affirm a truth, don't just say the words. Feel the relief. That feeling is the signal that the subconscious has accepted the command. The importance of poise. Poise is power. A person who is not easily moved by external appearances is a master of the game. When you stay centered while the storm rages, the storm eventually bows to your peace. The law of use. What you don't use, you lose. Use your faith, use your talents, use your money. Hoarding comes from a fear of lack. Circulation is the law of abundance. Divine selection. Stop trying to force specific people or things into your life. Instead, ask for what is yours by divine right. This ensures that what you get is for your highest good and will bring no regrets. The hidden meaning of problems. Every problem is actually a divine opportunity in disguise. It is a signpost telling you that you need to expand your consciousness to a higher level. The spiritual vacuum. Sometimes things leave your life. Jobs, friends, or possessions. Do not grieve. The universe is creating a vacuum to pull in something even better that matches your new vibration. Success is a state of mind. You do not become successful. You are successful, and then success manifests around you. You must inhabit the feeling of success long before the world sees the evidence. The master key. The master key to the game of life is the realization that you and the great architect are one. Your word is God's word in action. When you realize this, the word impossible vanishes from your vocabulary. And that brings us to the final rule of the game. You must be present to win. You cannot play a winning hand if your mind is stuck in the regrets of yesterday or the anxieties of tomorrow. Mastery begins right here in this moment. If you have stayed with me through these 40 steps of wisdom, you are already vibrating at a higher level than when this video began. You have started the process of reprogramming your faithful servant. Now let's make it official. This is the birth of the spoken word community. I invite you to subscribe and join this movement of conscious creators. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a winning move. In the comments below, claim your first victory. Type, "I now manifest my divine design with grace and ease." Let's fill this space with the power of our collective spoken word. I am so honored to be on this journey with you. Remember, the game is simple, the rules are just, and the victory is already yours. I'll see you in the next video.